Hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your July General Tarot reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energies with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice that Spirit has for you. And Cancer, happy birthday. I did put up your solar year reading the other day, so you may want to go check that out. I'll make sure it's linked to the end of this video. And in that video, there's also a special birthday present, a discount code if you are interested in a personal reading. I do personal readings, and I'd be honored to do one for you. And during Cancer season, you can enjoy a special 20% discount. All right, so let's go ahead and see what you have coming up here in July. Dragonfly Spirit, truth transcends illusion, and begin now. Take your first step. Yeah. I think you're seeing the truth in a certain situation, okay? With the Dragonfly Spirit, it is, understanding that something that you could have been perceiving, okay, in a certain way. Or this could be somebody that was trying to have you perceive something in a certain way, right? You're having some truth come to light here in July. And, this is really, I feel like this is almost a little bit of the straw that breaks the camel's back. It's kind of like, I'm not saying somebody has outright lied. They've just created this illusion about themselves, or an illusion about your relationship with them, or the situation in which the two of you are in. And it's kind of like you see it for what it truly is, and you're taking action on it. It's almost as if, I think what you're realizing, and it's kind of interesting because we have the full moon in Capricorn coming up this weekend. It's almost as if it's not just that one truth. It's almost as if you completely see the situation and this person for who they really are. And it's almost like this energy where you already know it, like intuitively you have already known it. It's kind of like the situation happens and oh my goodness, yeah, my heart chakra, it's sad. That's the energy. It's kind of sad because I feel like you were really and truly hoping that what you thought, or your intuition led you to think about this situation or this person, you were just kind of like hoping it wasn't true. And now it's kind of like you get the confirmation that something, that what you intuitively knew is actually true. That's kind of hard. It could be, it's somebody is wearing a facade, or allowing you to think that there is this beautiful facade in a situation that maybe you have with them, or it could just be that this person has created a facade about them, right? And you've kind of accepted the facade, even though you could have been like, well, that doesn't make sense, or something, that seems too good to be true, that type of energy. But in your loving self, you really and truly wanted the facade to be real. Right? You wanted the facade to be real. Yeah. This is, in your present energy, you have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Because I feel like it's kind of like you're connecting the dots. It's that energy of connecting the dots and just knowing all along, I don't feel like you're I don't think you're sitting there getting some bombshell of a truth, okay, that is just kind of like out of left park and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is something that you kind of like already knew. And wow, that is just like such a powerful energy. Yeah. I think, you're seeing it. This is kind of interesting because I think you're getting the truth, and what you're recognizing, oh my goodness, like when you get this truth, what you're recognizing is what they have been saying. I feel like this person manipulates you, maneuvers you a little bit. And I feel like this person may also make you feel like you're not enough the way that you are. This is helping you to understand their whole facade, okay, was created because of their own insecurities. I feel like they really didn't want you to be successful, or they didn't want you to shine your love and light out with the rest of the world. They were insecure in themselves. And so I feel like they may have planted self-doubt in yourself about who you are, or your light, your creative abilities, your talents, your gifts, the way that you can really connect with other people. They've created this facade in your life, and this could be like a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be, a family member, a romantic partner, it could be a boss, a boss that just really and truly didn't want you to move in a different direction. So they kind of could have been saying, yeah, well, the market's really bad. Yeah, I don't think you can find a job somewhere else. You might as well stay here, that type of thing. You need to learn more before you can go out on your own, just that kind of, I even saying things like, I can help prepare you to go out on your own. I'll teach you what you need to learn, right? And at the same time, it's kind of like they're really not helping you. They're not really teaching you. Somebody's breadcrumbing you. That's the energy. They're breadcrumbing you. And I think that all of a sudden you see that what they didn't recognize in you, it's, oh my goodness, Cancer. I'm so sorry, because I feel like you already know this, right? But it's like that energy of wanting to just sweep it under the rug, not talk about it, not think about it. Yeah. I feel like you haven't been sure. How does this person really feel about me? I think you've kind of gotten this jive, You could read them better than what I think you thought you could read them. And it's almost like you didn't want your intuition to be true. That is just such a hard thing, because, when you're really empathic, when you're intuitive, you can pick up those energies, with people. And I feel as though, Cancer, you are definitely an intuitive person. So it's this energy of tapping into what this person, I don't think you knew what the truth was, but you knew that the illusion that or the facade that they had created, okay, was just not, was not real. You just couldn't put your finger on it. You couldn't ever find the facts to back it up that it wasn't, Four of Pentacles on the bottom. I think they're just holding back their information. They're holding back who they really are and how insecure they really are. I think this person is really and truly insecure. They're having trouble loving themselves. And I feel like you're in an energy of seeing your love and light and wanting to share it and have connections with other people. And this just scares this person, right? So they're holding back their energy. They could even, that's a really toxic behavior, when people maneuver you in that way, planting seeds of self-doubt. I'm so sorry. Yeah. For some of you, I think that this is all crashing down. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Wands. I actually feel like you're getting the kind of a little bit of the substantial proof, okay? The Queen of Pentacles is grounded energy, but, she has the pentacle. She has the 3D, holds the tangible things, the facts, the proof, okay? And I feel like you're getting some message here, okay, that comes kind of out of the blue, that brings you the truth in this situation. I feel like there's almost, I think you made a decision to go in one direction. It's almost this, you made a decision to go in one direction. And I think you're understanding that when you made that choice, and that wasn't a wrong choice, there are no wrong decisions, right? But when you made that choice, because of someone's illusions that they had spun, their facade, that somebody may have told you, okay, that they had more to offer than they really did. I feel like they may have come in and given you all of this good news, right? And said, oh my goodness, look at what I have to offer. And now it's kind of like that is crumbling, like you understand, the reality does not match the illusion. So let's take a look at your obstacle, your area of resistance. You and your loved ones are safe, joy is fun, and Two of Pentacles. I think you're really trying to decide, what do I do with this information? What direction do I go in? I think you've been working really hard on something, and then it's almost like this energy of, trying to make something work. And then you realize, okay, that the whole thing that you were buying into wasn't even a reality. And so it's kind of like, yes, I feel like you've given up some fun, right? You've given up some fun or just time with your family or time with friends. You've given up something that could have brought you, oh my goodness, could have brought you a lot of joy because you chose to go down this path. But here's the thing. I think that because you put so much into this, right? I feel like you're almost like feeling, I don't want to say guilty, but there is a little bit of a little bit of that regretful energy of, I put so much time and energy into this. I lost so much time with my family, or, I didn't cherish them because I was really over here trying to go with this thing that ended up not being real, right? And it's kind of like, oh my goodness, if I could take back time, right? Yeah. What is that? I think it's Cher has a song, If I Could Turn Back Time. I feel like that's kind of like your mantra right now. But that is holding you back from moving forward. I think you've been kind of singing perhaps that song for some time. If you could turn back time, if I could turn back time. But then it was, yeah, look at this. Yeah, just kind of like, I think that, you were really, I think when you made this choice, right, back whenever, when you bought into this idea and you went with that, okay, and somebody has kind of like, it's smoke and mirrors here, right? It's kind of like you thought it would be the best for you and perhaps for your family, because I feel like your family energy is here, so you went in this direction thinking it would be the best for you. It was a job that was going to give you the prosperity that you wanted for you and your family. Or it was the business that you wanted to start that would give you more flexibility to spend more time with your family. So I feel like when you went into it, you thought, okay, this is going to be difficult for some time, but then I'll have more time or more money to enjoy with my family, to give them more of what it is that, you want as a family unit, or however that plays out for you. And then this is an illusion, and you're kind of like, oh my goodness, I've wasted time over here where I could have been celebrating, right, with my family. Oh, it's just really, it's kind of like it's really just such a sad feeling. But let's take a look at, what is going on here. You have the Lovers, yeah, kind of defending your position. Even though I think at times it didn't make sense. It was kind of like, you kind of like you kind of dug your heels in because you really and truly believed that this was going to work out for the best. All right, so Cancer, let's see where we go with this. Let's see what your advice is. Planning and action, you are good enough, and Temperance, yeah. Do not allow any feelings of regret that you have about this past decision, right? I feel like you're getting the clarity, right? Almost instantly. Maybe with this full moon in Capricorn that's on July 3rd. this instant energy of, oh my goodness, okay, I have to do something different, because that full moon in Capricorn has you look at the things that are not working and deciding, okay, where am I going next, right? And it's about begin now, take your next step. And it's about planning. Okay, how am I going to get back on track? Because I feel like this has been such a distraction for you. You are good enough, knowing that not to waste any, not to cry over spilt milk. I'm getting all of these cliches in here today, but it's like, don't cry over spilt milk, right? It's like, just pick yourself off, brush yourself off, think of the lessons that you've learned through this situation. And I feel like, if nothing else, what has come out of it is that you recognize what you really and truly want is this sense of being together with people, perhaps your family, right? But being together with people that are like-minded, that cherish you, that, that you can just have fun with, right? It's not so much work. And I think over here, for some of you, you could have even kind of gotten into a romantic partnership that took you away from your extended family and, drew you in another direction. And now what you're recognizing is, wow, I'm way over here, and my family's over here, and I want to spend more time with my family. But the person that you've been with, all right, maybe has been creating some illusions about, your family doesn't think you're good enough, or, they drive me crazy, they're annoying, so I don't want to spend time with them, something like that. That's all based on their insecurities. It has nothing to do with you, Cancer. And that's what you're seeing. All of a sudden, you're seeing that the web that somebody has spun, that you got stuck in, okay, it's time to free yourself. It's time to come back to what is really important to you. And I feel like for some of you, this is a sense of coming back home, okay? Coming back to your family, coming back to what really is important to you. Yeah, because I feel like, if you look at this card, it's like going down that path and then there's home, it's coming back. And, nothing is yet set in stone. I feel like some of you feel like you can't go back, okay? That you burned a bridge, that going in this other direction, you have a lot of regrets about it. You have not burned the bridge, okay? I'm going to tell you, you have not burned the bridge. If you're wanting to return to something that you used to have, whether it is, a family, a group of friends, a work situation, whatever it is, if you've been drawn away for one reason or another, and I feel like whatever drew you away was toxic, okay? So it's about, okay, I fell for that, admitting, okay, I fell for their story, their illusions, right? But it's kind of like, okay, now I see the truth. And it's not necessarily about making amends. I mean, you may have to make amends with some people, but it's really about, I feel like it's about you stepping back into your power and saying, you know what? I'm getting back to what I really and truly want in my life. And this connection or these people or this situation is really where I want to be. Wow, it's a beautiful energy. With this temperance energy, there is this sense of bringing things back into balance, of understanding that, all of this happened for a reason. If nothing else, it helped you to clarify what is really important for you. And now it's really important, especially with this full moon in Capricorn, to take action on what you would like to return to, understanding this is the number 22, right? A master number. It's all about connections. And I feel like something drew you away. For some of you, it may not even be necessarily a person that drew you away. It could have been the temptation of something, okay? So it could have been started out like as a hobby or something like that, and then you were putting so much time and energy into it because somebody maybe had planted the seed that, oh, you're great at this, and I'm not saying that you aren't great at it, but what you're recognizing is that you put so much time and energy into it that you've dimmed some of the connections that are really important to you. Yeah. And then look at this, 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is here for you. Not to worry. I think some of you are concerned, that you burned a bridge, that you just can't go back to something. But this is definitely, letting you know, yeah, this is beautiful. I feel like you are, you're holding back from something from the past, right? You're wanting to literally right a wrong. Okay. And I'm not saying, once again, Cancer, I don't think you did anything wrong here, right? There's really, none of our decisions are wrong. They all bring certain experiences and lessons and opportunities for us. And it's about getting back into that energy of, okay, what did I learn on this? Say for instance, this thing that pulled you away, I don't know why, they're saying golf. Okay. Say you got this idea that you could become a professional golfer, okay? And you have this golf, say you had a golf coach that was just like really pushing you in this, but they had their ulterior motives perhaps, okay? You went down that, you spent a lot of time away from your family to pursue that, okay? And now what you're realizing is, okay, maybe you are good at golf. I'm not saying that you're not, okay? But what you're realizing is that this really isn't the path that you want to take because you're on the road all the time. It's expensive. You're never seeing your family, right? It's kind of like, okay, I might be good at golf, but I'm not sure that my dream is really to become a professional golfer. Somebody planted that seed, right, in your brain and you kind of got excited, and you went with it or whatever. And now what you're recognizing is, yeah, that was kind of fun, but I haven't, seen my family in a month. And they're more important to me than golf. It's that type of energy of understanding, okay, maybe there are people that are disappointed in a choice that I made, but here's the thing, I'm coming back in, I'm bringing in this beautiful offer, I'm making the amends and knowing that they are going to accept it, okay? You have the Libra energy with the Justice, and then you have the 10 of Cups. For some of you, oh my goodness. And then you have the 10 of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. Understanding that when you come in and I feel like say your piece, there's a little bit about saying your piece, and allowing this person to say their piece. I'm not saying that there's not a conversation. You may have to have a little bit of a conversation with this person. They may not just answer the door and wrap their arms around you. But there's this situation where you can bring it back into balance. You have the Temperance energy and you have the Libra energy. There's something that both sides have learned in the situation. So don't feel like you're the only one that learned something. I think this other person, okay, also went out when you chose to go in a certain direction. They also chose to go in a certain direction and work on something themselves, okay? So I feel like in the end, you're both really happy because being apart or having less time to give to each other has helped you to grow independently in beautiful ways. And now you can come back together. For a lot of you, this could be a little bit of a twin flame energy, right? No longer wanting to give up what you really and truly deem as something that is sweet, nostalgic. You're holding on to it. You kind of learned how important it is. It's a little bit of, I don't know why the Wizard of Oz has been kind of coming up in my readings, but it's kind of like a Dorothy recognizing how important home was to her, right? She was planning to, or she did run away from home, right? And then the tornado came and all of that. But in the end, she realized all she really and truly wanted was to go home. It's time to go home. It's time to go home. It's time to click your heels 3 times. It's time to put this action. Take action on a plan. Begin now. Take the first step, whatever that is. Reaching out to this person, making different choices, rearranging, saying goodbye to something, whatever it is. And, Cancer, I'm also going to add, if this is not you, it could be somebody that left you. Okay. This could be their reading. So you can switch the roles if you want to, but it's a beautiful energy. All right, Cancer. So let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And let's see what we have here. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? That is why this all happened. This is why this all happened. So that you know what it is that you really want, where you really and truly want to put your time and energy. Yeah, take out the shoulds and the limitations, get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Oh, wherever you go, go with all your heart. Yeah, I think for some of you, okay, if you knew it was impossible to fail in returning to something from the past, what would you do? You probably would call this person up or, or I don't know, start the conversation at least. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I really do appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your support really does help to get my message out to more people, and I really do appreciate you. And please check out your solar year reading. I think you'll really enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.